Escape Room Movie Storyline. Welcome to the IQ Movie channel. This is the deadliest puzzle game ever. These 6 people are invited to participate in a game with a prize of $10,000. Unfortunately, they didn't know that this game would kill them all. This young man wants to go out to smoke. But the door handle came off. They all panic because they can't get out of there. The room was now as hot as an oven. Then they find 6 buttons on the table that can open a secret passage in the wall of the room. But the door will only open if all 6 buttons are pressed together. They use a glass filled with water to hold the button. But the problem is that there is one glass of water that is not completely filled. Things got even worse when a stove blazed above the ceiling. Luckily Ben still left his liquor, which was then filled into the last glass. They all made it into the passage just in time. Because if it's too late, they will all be scorched into satay. Enter the next room filled with obsolete items. They all just realize that the game had started. Amanda feels that this is not a game, but the truth. Amanda wanted to give up, but she didn't know how to stop playing and get out of there. Then Jason found a locked door, and yet another riddle to open it. They are forced to look for clues in the room to unlock the lock. Ben sees 9 deer antlers on the wall, each of which has a letter. Ben remembers the tragedy before his accident. There he and his friends sang Rudolph the Deer song. After Rudolph's letters were put in the lock, now the door was open. Ben feels there is something strange about this game, because it's as if the creator of the game knows his past. Entering the next room, they were faced with a very cold snow forest. The door closed by itself. The temperature there is very cold, forcing them to quickly find another way out. Jason found another locked door. They searched for the key and found only a magnet, a fishing rod and a hole in which very cold water flowed. They attached a magnet to the fishing rod, stuck it into the hole and managed to lift a block of ice that contained a key. Ben throws a match at Danny to use to melt the ice cubes. When picking up matches, the Danny fell into the very cold water and died instantly. They all panicked and started to realize that this was no ordinary game, but a puzzle game that will kill them all one by one. Because there's no way to get out of this game, they were forced to continue the game in order to survive. They melt the ice cubes with body temperature and get the key. Their hands went numb from hours holding the block of ice to melt. Jason quickly opened the door. Suddenly the cold room behind them shattered instantly. If it was even a little late, then they would all die falling into the cold water. Enter the next room. They were confronted with an upside-down billiard room. There was a door without a handle. They think the next puzzle is to find the doorknob to get out. Suddenly the phone there rang. When Mike picked it up, part of the floor of the room fell down. They assumed that if the phone rang again, the floors would fall down one by one. Quickly, they looked for where the doorknob was so they could get out of there. Amanda gets a safe which is locked by a passcode. Then the phone rang again. The floor fell again. Zoe sees a puzzle on the wall. Assume, if the colors of the puzzle point to the numbers in each billiard ball. Amanda entered the numbers, and it's still wrong. Zoe told Amanda to enter the numbers in reverse. Because this room is positioned upside down. The safe was open. Contains a doorknob. Suddenly the phone rang again. Amanda, who was above him, fell down. Luckily, Amanda threw the doorknob at Jason before he fell and died. Enter the next room. They are faced with a room like a hospital. Suddenly a 5-minute video appears. Force them to quickly solve this puzzle. They found 3 pieces of X-ray of the hand that gave the meaning IKJ. Jason took the IKJ machine in the room. Asked Mike to raise his heart rate. Mike's heart rate keeps going up. Kills Mike. And the puzzle has not been solved. Then Jason meditated, lowered his heart rate to its lowest point and managed to open the next door. The duration of the video has expired. Emit toxic gases. Force them out quickly. Zoe died from inhaling the poison gas. In the next room, They were confronted with a strange room. They opened an underground door. But the doorknob was poisoned, which makes them convulse. They find a clue to find the antidote that is only enough for one person. They both fighting over the antidote. Ben managed to beat Jason. Take the antidote and get out of there safely. Continue to the last room. Ben is alone, confronted by a room filled with antiques. Ben finds a puzzle on the wall. Immediately he random. Suddenly the room became moving little by little to become cramped and almost killed him. Ben goes into the fireplace room so he doesn't get squeezed. Then break into the fireplace room and get out of there. Outside, Ben meets the puzzle game maker. He congratulated Ben for successfully completing the game safely. The creator of the game wants to kill Ben, because no one should survive this game. Suddenly Zoe came shooting the bastard. Zoe managed to survive the poison gas, because he managed to find an oxygen mask to breathe. Now only Ben and Zoe have survived the deadly game. That's the end of the movie escape room this time. Hope you guys are entertained, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get other interesting movie storylines from this channel, and see you in the next video.